back on this. I think it's hard for people to comprehend logic and reason and intelligence because there's so much bullshit going on. That it's hard when people talk intelligently about what's happening and how people do things. Um, uh, it seems almost incredible. Don't be acutely paranoid. Don't be like the wealthy in the scientific community. They're acutely paranoid. They can't have meaningful relationships or um, any kind of value to their relationships because they're not dealing with one another in a true, full, and faithful manner. Okay? So don't be concerned about uh, um, trying to appease or please any of the wealthy or the scientific community. Just try your best to be patient. Okay. You're not required to understand them. Okay. When people are aggressive and violent and quite insane, you're not required to understand people that are philanthropists. Okay. There's no such thing as money. Okay. Money is not valuable. Okay. It's not eucalyptus leaves. It's not water. It's not oxygen. It's just, money is not valuable. Okay. And people that will believe money is valuable and engage in irrational activities to manipulate necessities or what we refer to as resources to live to human beings through the manipulation of money are quite insane. Okay. So you don't stress when your house isn't adequate enough for healthy things to do. Especially like in metroplexes. A lot of people saw that commercial on St. Jude. She had like seven. Uh, she was a teacher at a school, right? She had seven miscarriages, and then she has a kid, and the kid has cancer, and it's like, well, yeah, the kids, the pregnancies weren't going through because it's the environment's stressful and toxic. Right? She's a school teacher, right? A school teacher, you know, and it's just common sense, you know. When you live near 3 Mile Island or Chernobyl, which is basically living near a freeway, or and you're in a carbon emission tire particle extortion exploitation cesspool, it's going to be hard for children to grow up and be healthy in that physically, mentally, emotionally, right? And so when you get people talking about mental health, they're not talking about mental health. They're talking about Houston Smith with Judy Krishnamurti, mental placebos, and certain kinds of physical altercations through medications or electrotop therapy to survive the rape. Okay. Like, Tommy, what's his name? Bobby Knight with Connie Chung. He was a coach that uh, was trained how to coach basketball at West Point. So when he told her, you got to lay back and enjoy the rape, he knew what he was talking about. Uh, he understands that kind of mentality and that kind of mindset. Connie Chung didn't get it because she's not being a realist. She's being a fantasy island, the plane, Mr. Rourke and Tattoo. Okay, where you can go to magical places and have spa therapy treatment and go to places where you can get detox through mineral things and mineral salt soaks and sweat lodges and things like that. The kind of stuff that Matt McConaughey and all those assholes get, right? But not you. You can't afford it. You're not a multimillionaire or billionaire. You can't afford the best houses. You can't afford the best products. You can't afford the Tesla cars. You have to be a eco-terrorist because you can't afford to be eco-friendly. Okay. And so you're being targeted as an irresponsible or bad person because you just cannot compete economically to keep up with the Joneses. It's irrational. It's wrong. It's sick. It's not Proverbs. It's not Muhammad's Mecca. It's not the ways of the Messiah. Okay, it's completely wrong. All right, but you guys still do. If good people don't become parents and resist becoming parents. I'm not saying have 18 children, but have one or two, maybe three, depending on the case. Keep being fruitful, multiplying. Teach your kids to want to live the Lord's Prayer and share the beauty of the Lord's Prayer and the perfection of the Lord's Prayer worldwide. Okay, all you Christians and Muslims out there, I'm not talking about corporate people. I'm not talking about people, Romans, that go to giant stadiums with football players that have Jesus's cross on their face and have their testimony on their lips, but not in their hearts. I'm not talking about those fair weather people. The most people that think they believe Jesus and think that he's their God, it's a war god manufactured by a corporation of the Romans. Okay, you're not talking about the Hebrew Messiah. You're talking about a Roman war mythological god. Okay, one that's up in the sky, gives us free wills, and sits and waits for the right time to come down and declare his kingdom of heaven on earth, which that's ridiculous. Okay, but I understand why it's ridiculous. When you look at the components in the book of Revelation and you see what's happening in the world today with the guy, Michael Youssef, it's not Jesus. He looks like Jesus, and in the first heaven, Jesus won't be there, right? And so when you read the book, it's like, whoa, okay. And it's based on reality. It's real people doing real things. And, that understand truth and do things faithfully because they believe in the truth of the Messiah and they have faith in the infinite glory of God. So I'm talking about people like me and Jesus. I'm not talking about people that, that are superstitious and try to believe in things that they can't explain or understand. Okay. If science invalidates your perception of religion, you believe in mythology, and that's wrong. Okay. If science validates your perception of religion, then your faith is based on reality, and you're able to explain it to people, okay, in a way that transcends philanthropy, okay, like me, okay. So that's why I'm the one that the book of Revelation is about. And a lot of people, I don't care if you believe it or not, that's irrelevant, okay. The science, it's what people think they believe is irrelevant, okay, when it comes to the science of understanding religion, okay? There can be 7 billion of you praying for a better name, image, and likeness deal for your child to go to a corporation to learn how to put crosses on his cheeks and give all praise and glory to Jesus in their head. Okay, that's irrelevant. What's relevant is the man in the book of Revelation, the man who has faith based on reality, the way, the truth, and the life. Okay, he's relevant. Okay, what TCU's doing, SMU's doing, Notre Dame's doing, Boston College doing, Gonzaga's doing, that's completely irrelevant. Okay, they are completely irrelevant when it comes to religion. The only relevance there is to religion are real religious people teaching real religion. Okay, Judeo Krishnamurti, Haile Selassie, myself. Okay, a lot of those. Deepak Chopra is full of shit. Deepak Chopra is a multimillionaire that teaches you how to quiet your mind and meditate. He's basically Bobby Knight and Connie Chung. Just lay back and enjoy the rape. You've got enough money to do it. Okay. Deepak Chopra is not a religious person, okay? Just because he says he is. Clem Clement's not a religious person. Just because he says he is, it's not true, okay? Russell Nelson's not a religious person. He says he's a religious person. He thinks he believes he's a religious person, but he knows damn well, because he's involved with industrialized genocidal espionage, that he's not a religious person. Okay, Hinckley had the same. Hinckley was so convinced he was a better person than me. Had signed off surveillance in my family's house, and because his family could put on a better hypocrite heathen show about being good Christians and good, you don't watch a kid masturbate to get through puberty and then say he's doing it wrong. You don't sit there and spy on a kid in his privacy going through puberty and say he's masturbating wrong. Okay. Did I spy on Spencer J. Kimball and say him and his wife are doing it wrong because she's not getting an orgasm and he won't let her get an orgasm because he's too uptight about sex? Did I do that? No. Could I have done that? I don't have to. It's already pretty obvious, right? Okay. She's not going to enjoy sex with a guy who spies on the Messiah. The Messiah stands up for the Lord's Prayer so children don't get put into the sex slave dream and trafficking. Any woman who's not sick. Now, if his wife is sick and gets off on him being powerful because he has lots of money and can spy on me and judge me, and I won't spy on him and judge him. It's spying. My family was not aware, and they didn't sign under, when you sign a contract to an app or a legal contract and stuff like that, most people are unaware that they're giving away their privacy to a corporation that will murder them over money. Okay? It's spying. You can put lipstick on that pig and you can do whatever you want and you can call it whatever you want to call it. But your linguistics and your murder, what Barack Obama did January 20th and 21st, 2013, was setting people up for spying and murder because he thought he was more intelligent than them. And it just was basically like one of Sting's songs. And when their eloquence escapes me, their logic ties me up and rapes me. And he knew what he was doing. He just thought he was more intelligent, more couth, and better than the people that he was setting up for genocide through right-wing conservative cult warfare through mythology. Oh, he knows exactly what the fuck he's doing. He knows he's like a used car dealer. He knows what he's doing when he puts his condom on and puts the Vaseline on your tailbone the moment you walk onto the lot. Okay? Don't you for one moment think James Earl Carter, Joe Biden, and Barack Obama and the Clintons are nice people, that they're any better than Reagan and Trump and Bush's. They're the same fucking used car dealer asshole. They just sell it differently. It's like Fisher Investments and not Fisher and Charles Schwab. They're the same asshole. They just do things left of center or right of center, but they're not centered and they're not faithful and they're not truthful and they don't believe in anything with any intrinsic value or real love or real faith. Okay? So load this up.